There it is. And it services a large part of Missouri, a bit of Illinois, and some of the other surrounding states. And has over $105 billion in assets. Yeah, it's a pretty big place, and this is a very secure location. Wow, it really is a grand spot. One. E2. $1 million of ones.
In Washington, D.C. The Fed's decentralized regional structure ensures that the economic conditions of communities and industries from all parts of the nation are taken into account in promoting a healthy economy. St. Louis serves as headquarters for the 8th Federal Reserve District with branch offices in Little Rock, Louisville, and Memphis. Our district covers all or parts of 7 states: Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, and Tennessee. And we represent the diverse people who make our communities thrive. A river runs through us, actually several do. Our central location makes us a distribution hub for all modes of transportation. You might even call us a gateway, a region where innovation and ingenuity thrive. Those same qualities define who we are and what we do at the St. Louis Fed, an organization where employees have worked hard to promote a healthy economy and financial stability for more than a century.
Oh. These are teller desks. This is really cool.
Prices rose at their fastest rate.
Stocks began trading this morning in record territory.
Decision to shift to a more aggressive course of action.
The U.S. economy has improved in every part of the country this spring.
Turning to the economy, encouraging jobs numbers help.
The economy. We hear about it every day. But what's really driving the economy? You. Every dollar you work. Every dollar you save. Every dollar you spend. Whether you're in St. Louis or D.C., Rome or Beijing, whether you're young or old, whether you save or spend, a little or a lot, we are all connected. Now it's time to go inside the economy.
Let's see, so there's over here we got 09 checks are verified by an employee. She works at a medium speed sorting machine. It's probably a sorting machine involving the bills themselves. 1923 incoming mail division confirms the number and value of the checks.
We used to print checks with the magnetic.
IBM high machine counter. Cash processing. Warrant bills are removed from circulation by hand during counting process. That's actually pretty true. A lot of the old bills get shredded.
After the hurricane, we had to burn contaminated money.
Yeah. That's a sad. St. Louis Fed lobby the line and customers waiting to make transaction. This is actually, you probably actually had to go in here to make silver exchanges. 58 employees cut unfit bills in half. Yep. They cut unfit bills in half. This is probably what leads to the creation of star notes. Usually what they do is that they draw a line. That's probably, they use that for the DC and Washington. Huge achievement. Heard about banking from a bank employee, which is volunteer. Reserve employees are active participants. Many students across the country. Oh, it starts right here. Oh no, it starts from up and down. Discount employee residents. Senators returned to St. Louis Fed after reviewing the books. These places were established in 1910s. Control Center, Social Security Center. Wow, from 1970 to 2011, that improvement. Armored vehicle at the bank. They actually, I think if I've read correctly, they've only lost one shipment from the Denver Mint when it was stolen from. Open door to a 40-ton door to a vault. So this is actually the map of the Fed district. As I said, we're in H8 or
Oh,
8H.
so you're excited because I'm going to Cleveland because that's
See it?
4D.
Now, the core of this entire just economic powerhouse is located in Washington, D.C., the Board of Governors. And, yep, New York services Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as well. District 12 services Alaska and Hawaii and Northern NMI and all that.
There's a classroom.
Wow. It's like, where do you even start? Time relation to money. This is a really, fun museum.
Meet the kitchen. What will you do this week? Choose an activity.
Scarcity, lack of resources to produce everything for everybody. There's no such thing as free lunch. That's actually I've actually remember this quote, is that, let's say someone gives you free lunch, someone has to pay for it. Someone's got to pay for the lunch. Oh, and there's little job training, investment, infrastructure, tugboats are from scout transport, cities and towns invest in infrastructure, music teaches tools of physical capital and carpenter. Second, health habits contribute to human capital. Time spending reading to know your children. Schools allow students to learn. Investments in physical work. Internet. These little things open up. Let me teach you this. Over there as part of the economy, U.S. sold $44 billion in gaming systems and accessories in 2021. It's only continuing. There's multiple steps. Doing average of $121,000. Global mobile industries see 90 billion. The mobile industry is the highest. 74% of households own a device. Can you imagine how low that was, even 20 years ago? So it says there's over 100 exhibits. What do you want? To make a choice, you must give something up. True. Imagine it's Sunday afternoon, you have to decide what to do. So you have to earn, spend, or take what you give up by money grass, seeing a movie with your friends. Earning $20 was worth more than seeing the movie. Plus, you save $10 not buying a movie ticket. Now it's time to make a decision with your friends. What you gotta do? Would you go party or work in the food pantry? Now, let's say if you want to do that, of course, there's always a cost to that. You don't contribute to the economy. Considering opportunity cost helps you better understand. What are you giving up? Think about it. Yeah, I like that. Is it movable? It's movable. Let's set it down to barista. Median wage, 9-hour a day. Free time, 7 hours a day.
$9 a day.
Yeah, no, it says 9 an hour.
$9 an hour, sorry.
Yeah, 7 hours a day. If you go lawyer, which is
That's old because they make more than that now.
high end, median salary $133,000, 0 hours a day free time, requirement law degree. See, on the job training, it gets more tough as you, of course, this is the lower job as you raise it up.
Salesperson, what salesperson?
Salesperson, medium amount, $400,000 plus commission, 5 hours a day of free time, and sales experience is requirement. That's interesting. Let's just say that. That's actually really cool. Investment. Okay, we're gonna stop playing. Stop playing with your food. Just stop playing with your food. Some people never do. With Frosty Pets.
This is,
I see.
so
He must do more to keep you up at
I
night.
have a bachelor's degree.
And
My median weekly earnings will be about, 11.
playing video games have been found to improve hand-eye coordination. I'm not surprised. I've been able to play my controller behind my back. What's this?
That's what I'm showing you. So I have a bachelor's degree. I get about 11.
Last resort. Why? Because from our country's earliest history, some people opposed a central bank. They feared it would put too much power in too few hands. But as the country grew, frequent banking panics kept the economy on a roller coaster ride, complete with ups and downs, chills and spills. The last straw came in 1907. One of Wall Street's largest financial institutions, the Knickerbocker Trust Company, went bankrupt. Panic was widespread. People raced to withdraw their savings, only to find that banks didn't have cash available. Financier J.P. Morgan and a group of investors rescued the economy with emergency loans to banks. But it was clear that relying on wealthy individuals wasn't the right long-term solution for the nation. It was time for a change. The United States needed a strong central bank that would keep money flowing during times of crisis and help prevent bank runs. To keep power from being concentrated in Washington or Wall Street, lawmakers spread control across the country. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 established 12
There you go.
independent reserve banks, in addition to a board of governors in Washington. The structure would insulate the Fed from partisan politics and powerful financial interests. Over time, the Fed learned how the supply of money and credit affects financial markets and the economy. By the 1950s, the Fed was working to counter the ups and downs of booms and busts and limit inflation. In the late 70s, a new crisis hit.
Bad news on the inflation front. Wholesale prices were up again in February.
High unemployment with high inflation challenged America and the Fed. Oil price hikes and poor policy choices made the situation worse. In 1979, Paul Volcker was appointed Fed chairman. Volcker and the Federal Open Market Committee put the brakes on inflation. They reduced the growth of the money supply and raised interest rates. Once inflation was back in check, the economy started growing again and unemployment fell.
For the 70s crisis where gas
Breaking
went
news
up.
here, stocks all around the world are tanking.
09.
More than 500,000 Americans lost their jobs last month. That is the worst month for job losses.
More recently, in 2008, the Fed responded to the largest financial crisis since the Great Depression. Many major financial institutions were on the verge of collapse. Unemployment skyrocketed. The Fed made emergency loans to stabilize the financial system, and then purchased bonds to lower interest rates and help stimulate the economy. Though the Fed wasn't able to prevent what has been called the Great Recession, its actions helped keep the situation from being much worse. Beyond financial crises, there will always be unforeseen events and natural disasters. The Fed can do a lot to cushion their economic impact and keep money flowing. So the next time you reach into your wallet or drop by an ATM, take a look at one of the bills and find the words Federal Reserve Note. And remember, the Fed's goal is to help keep the economy healthy.
Oh, it's about to be a market close right now. Real-time transactions. Buyers, sellers. So this is a little market game.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, here's one.
19 or 20.
I think that adds same.
And you did better than me.
I-
The most
I-
money you
I-
did. You made more than me because you were at CA.
Yeah, it was pretty even. Most. What is this? Oh, it's a scent thing.
What?
You can smell pineapple. Eat a banana pack. Yeah, you can definitely smell that. Bananas. Essex reminds me of foamy drink. Chocolate. Oh, it smells kind of odd. People get things that they want. Oh, it's a map of corn, soybeans.
Who is relatively better at producing? What do you think Saudi Arabia is good at?
Huh. Oh,
What do you think they're good at?
oil.
What do
Petroleum.
you think Brazil's good
Beef. Or no coffee.
at? What do you think we're good at?
Soybeans. Gold.
What? What are they good at?
Cars. Chile. Maybe aluminum.
I don't know.
Vegemite.
China.
China. Footwear. Huh. You learn something new every day, don't you? Barter versus money. Barter, yeah. Barter is basically when you take an item. For example, I could take my phone and barter it with maybe, I don't know, like,
Start here. Choose your item. Do you want a degree? Do you want a pizza, ice cream?
that's a wide, must be a big wheel.
Do pizza. Can you trade it? Your first item here.
Oh, you have to. You trade it? Let's say you have collard grease, and then do that. Oh, and then you follow that, and you have a
And
glove.
your second item shown here. You can get. What else can we get a ticket for? Oh, a ball game. Can you trade your ball glove for anything?
You can trade it
bite.
for a bite, and then you can take a bite. A shepherd.
Oh, I want to trade mine for a puppy.
You don't got a puppy.
Why is there no puppy?
I don't think it's. I think it's only a few things to be traded. It's bartering. The problem with bartering is like, let's take cash out of the equation. You take my phone. How much what do you give for my phone? Do you give your purse? Do you give a piece of glass? Oh wow. That is a lot of banknotes. And look, see, they're all gonna have H. No star notes, no replacements. That's a lot. You know what? Those look like 10s. They're probably covered.
Gosh dang it. I keep dropping.
I wonder if they're real or not. I don't know. Let's see. Million. That's 1.7 trill. Oh, they're definitely not gonna have 1.7 trill in there. That explains why they aren't reacting. Oh, wow. Old stuff here. That looks like that's a Nove. That's not even, that's foreign. It sounds crazy, but yes, we actually used foreign stuff.
Kyle's going to work.
Then over here it has bullion. Here looks like, let's see, there's a West Point coin right here. A West Point, there's P. S right there. That's a W Mint coin. There's a really valuable. If that's gold right there, that's probably like a. It is. It's probably at least 4 grand coin right there in that class. It's crazy.
That's Lyndon Johnson.
Huh.
How do you feel about a tax bill? I haven't
Budget taxes.
any, Mr. President. I think that you'd be wise to recommend it. I think it might be well to wait until after the...
So, here we go. First, an axis for health. Life expectancy. From 25 years to 75 years. And down here, an axis for wealth. Income per person. $400,000, $4,000, and $40,000. So, down here is poor and sick. And up here is rich and healthy. Now,
Wait a second, I think I've seen this guy.
the world 200 years ago, in 1810. Here come all the countries. Europe brown, Asia red, Middle
Yup,
blue,
I've seen this guy before.
Sahara blue, and the Americas
I read a
yellow.
book by this guy.
And the size of the
I
countries
think he
of
actually
the
passed away in
size of
2018.
population. And in 1810, it was pretty crowded down there, wasn't it? All countries were sick and poor. Life expectancy were below 40 in all countries. And only the UK and the Netherlands were slightly better off, but not much. And now, why start the world? The Industrial Revolution makes countries in Europe and elsewhere move away from the rest. But the colonized countries in Asia and Africa, they are stuck down there. And eventually, the Western countries get healthier and healthier. And now we slow down to show the impact of the First World War and the Spanish flu epidemic. What a catastrophe! And now I speed up through the 1920s and the 1930s. And in spite of the Great Depression, Western countries forge on towards greater wealth and health. Japan and some others try to follow, but most countries stay down here. Now, after the tragedies of the Second World War, we stop a bit to look at the world in 1948. 1948 was a great year. The war was over, Sweden topped the medal table at the Winter Olympics, and I was born. But the differences between the countries of the world was wider than ever. United States was in the front, Japan was catching up. Brazil was way behind, Iran was getting a little richer from oil, but still had short lives. And the Asian giants, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Indonesia,
Wow.
they were still poor and sick down here. But look what is about to happen. Here we go again. In my lifetime, former colonies gained independence, and then finally they started to get healthier and healthier and healthier. And in the 1970s, then countries in Asia and Latin America started to catch up with the Western countries. They became the emerging economies. Some in Africa follows. Some Africans were stuck in civil war and others hit by HIV. And now we can see the world today in the most up-to-date
2009.
statistics. Most people today live in the middle, but there are huge differences at the same time between the best of countries and the worst of countries. And there are also huge inequalities within countries. These bubbles show country averages, but I can split them. Take China, I can split it into provinces. There goes Shanghai. It has the same wealth and health as Italy today. And there is the poor inland province Guizhou. It is like Pakistan. And if I split it further, The rural parts are like Ghana in Africa. And yet, despite the enormous disparities today, we have seen 200 years of remarkable progress. That huge historical gap between the West and the rest is now closing. We have become an entirely new converging world. And I see a clear trend into the future. With aid, trade, green technology and peace, it's fully possible that everyone can make it to the healthy, wealthy corner.
And he passed 2018 here. I didn't remember. And of course, 19, here is the Great War, of course. World War I. Keeps going. 1930, Great Depression.
There, I put our sticker on here.
Huh. Great Depression, Second World War, and then after that, yeah, real big improvement. There's, of course, a giant, what I presume to be at least 7-foot penny. I can actually tell you that VDB's missing right there.
So stand right and I'll take your picture.
Cent piece, 1792, penny engraved. It was one of the first. 1901, first wheat penny was actually made. 43, they made of course, they had the steel cent. 53, the memorial design, which is basically
That's 59.
Yeah, no, 59, let's say. 82, they stopped making copper. 2010, they made the shield. 2019, they made over 7 billion pennies at the cost of 2 cents per penny. And they also made a W mint for some.
So steel pennies are only made in 43?
Some in 44.
There's change choosing.
Some in
That
44, but those are extremely
year,
rare.
it says that year only.
Well, they did accidentally make some 1944 steels, but that was a mistake, and there's only like 40 of them
Cost them
out
2
there.
cents a penny to make a penny. No.
2.7 actually. Field area around the thing. Relief, some marking is raised. Mint mark, which is actually located here. Got included the inscription, the rim, which is the edge. The edge, which is of course the edge, and the initials, which VDB is usually right here. So a real vault, really the vault is coin and currency.
Average between 9 and 10 million notes move in and out of the St. Louis Fed each day.
Notes if that's ones. I mean that's $9 million at the bare minimum.
It said how heavy the door is.
Spot counterfeit bill, designs of a different currency from around the world, how much a gold bar weighs. Here at St. Louis Fed, the vault acts as the main secure storage facility. Rows of cash containers are filled with deposits from commercial banks and securely stored in the vault, waiting to be counted and processed. When a bank, credit union, or savings and loan institution needs more currency, Reserve Bank repairs and releases clean, undamaged, or fit currency as an armored carrier, or Reserve Bank also accepts cash deposits in these institutions and verifies them on high-speed processing equipment. 28 reserve. Throughout the U.S., 28 Federal Reserve Bank cash offices provide services for more than 8,000 banks, credit unions, and savings and loan institutions. Again, 9 and 10 million notes a day. I'll be in there. I'm going to finish up this exhibit. Entering the vault. And this is probably going to be my favorite part of the exhibit. Actually, I've seen this picture, this place on the internet, so I'm probably going to go with a counterclockwise. Fed shreds. And no, oh, wow. Look at that. Shredded currency. I can see like some pink where some 5s were. Yeah, and this is most likely real. I mean, this isn't wrong. They actually do destroy currency, and a lot of it. Each year, the St. Louis Federal Reserve shreds over 150 million bills, worth nearly $2 billion. But why? When a Federal Reserve note passes through a reserve bank, the bank verifies that its note is fit or acceptable for redistribution by making sure that it is a genuine note, approved series design, a bright, clean note free of excessive holes, tearing, soiling, wear, visual markings are in 35-inch in length. Any one of these criteria is not met, the note is shredded here at the bank. The authorization to destroy currency was given to the Federal Reserve by the U.S. Treasury in 1966. And that sucks to see as a person. An old 10 and an old 5. Look at all that old currency right there. These right here look like anywhere from like 1910s to 1940s, 50s. I think I might have a few of those bills. On occasion, a commercial bank or Federal Reserve may come across a suspect counterfeit note. A note not approved by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. These notes are forwarded to the Secret Service. And yep, that is true. They do not mess around. The Secret Service gets on that. Mutilated currency is money that has been so severely damaged that its value is questionable or security features are missing. The U.S. Treasury's Bureau of Engraving and Printing determines if a mutilated bill is still worth its original denomination. Currency can also be contaminated, making it risk. Damage from animals, insects, exposure to fire, explosive chemicals, petrification or deterioration from burying. On average, the U.S. receives more than 22,000 requests for mutilated currency examination each year at a value of over $35 million. And here are some foreign banknotes. And oh, what a beautiful thing to see. South African 50 rand. Kingdom of Tonga, $1. Hold on. Look, they have a reserve $5 of Zimbabwe. That is absolutely worthless because $100 trillion of Zimbabwe dollars is like 42 cents. Fiji, $20, and a New Zealand 5. And look, that's the first time I've ever seen a banknote with a window, and I can actually see a little 5 in there. I know that they have windows. I've never actually seen one with a window before. 22,000 Uganda. A $2 bill from Canada. That's pretty. $20 is from Samoa. 100 from South Sudan. 20 from Bolivia. 2 million colonies from Costa Rica. That's a beautiful bill. Look at that. There's it's African banknote, Madagascar, and Belize. $100, Guyana, Russian, probably a 50 Russian ruble. That's I don't know what that is, but this is from Saudi Arabia or Middle East. Bahrain. So many. $3 banknote from that place. Ooh, a $50 trillion banknote from Zimbabwe. Another Zimbabwe banknote. Oh, look, they got one. $100 trillion of Zimbabwe money. I got one of these. They're only worth they're like 42 cents. A Pengu note. No way. This is also one of the highest inflated notes in history. 200,000. These are all very high inflated notes. Hyperinflation, yeah. Zimbabwe and I forgot which country this is from, but the Pengu is a very inflated note. It got so bad, but with the Pengu, that they outright refused to collect taxes. When the tax man don't show up, that's how you know it's a problem. I have that banknote at home.
I found them all on that one.
Nice. Oh, cash. Your $100 bill. Oh, you can make your... Make your own note. Draw your own cash. So I designed this like little currency. It's actually a reserve note from my country I was building on my streams, but I take that. That's cool. I should rotate these banknotes around. Wow. The reverses of those banknotes. Oh, that one is one of the banknotes where you actually have to flip it portrait to actually see the reverse. Here's the front of those bills, and here's the back. Oh, wait, no. Here's the other side of the banknotes. Oh, it's in Egypt. Huh. Wait, so I'm guessing these are the fronts, and those are the backs. Huh.
What do you think is counterfeit? I know the answer. Don't forget the answer. I know the answer, though.
Oh.
I know the answer. You see if you
Okay.
can figure it out.
So how to identify this? So first of all, you should look here, and this should be an E, or everything from an A to an L. This end number should never ever be O or Z, and usually is not T. Every single one has a portrait right here. Every single one of these has a slot where you can put your thing in, which I don't know if it's this one, because if you look closely, you could see that it's actually, no, you can actually see the slits.
So which one do you
Slits.
think is the
Slits.
counterfeit?
Also, you should be able to, I have to take a little bit, so you have to rotate that. That one isn't doing it. You have to actually do the,
Move the magnifying glass.
yeah. Might be the center one, but I'll see. Also, should have a strip, and every single one should have a glowing blue. It's this one, because
Which one is it?
it's the center one.
You're
Because
right.
when you expose these bills to UV, usually they don't bleed through as strong as that.
So you
Also,
figured it out?
yeah, also you can tell that the strip is slightly angled.
Which one on this one? I know which one it is on this one.
So, not even using black light. Actually, you could use one of these. You can definitely tell, first of all, it's this one. But anyway, let's
You're
pick,
right.
let's pick it up. So, if you blacklight it, this one does not bleed through. 20s have a green uranium colored strip going right through them, usually at the end. You can tell this one doesn't have a portrait. This one does, that one does. They usually have a portrait right here.
It's 2 o'clock.
I hate to admit this, but I've studied a lot of anti-counterfeits. I've actually never really delved way.
Okay. So I know where I know where all these are too, on the 5. It's the 10 I'm having a problem with. Okay, this one, make very big.
Very big.
Now start looking for them.
Yeah, I've never actually delved into microprints before.
Do it that way.
Oh, that way?
You see it? It's by your finger.
Oh, wow. Also, those right there, that's not
That's
microprint.
not microprint. So you can look for the Eplerbius.
That's not microprint.
Eplerbius.
Yeah, that.
USA.
And USA. That's actually insane.
That's all of them.
I've never really noticed microprint.
Okay, for the 10, I cannot find them all. So the 10, the United States of America
USA
10,
10.
and USA 10. I'm having a hard time with USA 10.
Oh my gosh.
You found it?
It's right in the torch. The $100 bill is a star note. See, 100. There we go. It's kind of really hard. I have to make the camera really close.
Found one.
See, 100. Wow, that one, I found another
That's the one I found. Oh, I didn't find this other one. Good job.
one.
Flip the panels to see how much money it would contain if filled with.
Okay, so
Wait.
for all, let's fill
Containers, this container would have 500,000
bills.
ones,
2.5
and
10
fives.
times 5,076,120s. $10 million and no, $10 million, 152,220s, and $50 million. Imagine that right here.
So that's a $500,000 a
It's
month.
$500,000. It's a large amount.
I'm not playing with that. This part, dirty old hand.
Yeah, I could see little pennies in there.
What is money?
No, but it was a fever dream because we literally had to use a ton of other currencies. So yeah, first started out this stone tablets, and then in the what's it called? Over in Greece, they started using coinage for the first time. It wasn't really the sharpest coinage, but it worked. And then we started moving on to physical money, like cash. We usually start out with, whoa. That's a genuine $10,000 bill. And yes, these are real. $500 banknote. $1,000 banknote, 5,000, and 10,000. I feel like a lot of these, like 5,000, 1,000, 500, are most likely duplicates. But that one right there, that $10,000 bill is a genuine thing. That is very interesting. I've actually heard that these do exist, but they actually used them for reserve banks like this because there wasn't like wiring transactions. 25th President William McKinley in 19 series, its note was featured fourth, just as U.S. Marshal Supreme. Once produced alongside lower denominations, these 4 large denomination notes are ones you may have never seen in person because they were used primarily in financial transactions between banks and federal government. These notes were not regularly printed due to their last printing in 1945. Due to their lack of use, the notes were removed from circulation by the Federal Reserve in July 14, 1969. Yeah, that's, have you seen that? Look, you can actually see $7. Silver Washington, 1 cent copper. Another look at all that money. $500 banknote, 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. Now that 10,000, you can tell it's a real banknote because it's not all 4 zeros. That's a very low serial number. That 10,000, what series is it? 38? 1938 series, St. Louis, $10,000 banknote, lime seal. That banknote right there could go for probably, I want to put in the ballpark of at least 50 grand. Just for that one right there. That is a 28 pound gold.
It's heavy, isn't it?
That's a big bar. That's the only problem with gold as a money, is that gold is very, very dense. And it's very, very heavy. Which, the reason why we like gold doesn't corrode, gold doesn't rust, and gold is yellow, whereas all other metals are
No
gray.
flash photography.
Oh, good, because it might actually damage it.
If you want to look through the museum, you better.
I know.
Or the.
The Treasury sends new currency to,
Here, you want me to turn it for you?
yeah. Sends new currency to banks, like reserves. Reserve banks to commercial banks to distribute bills as needed. When banks need cash, they withdraw it from their federal account and armored cars deliver it. It's usually the armored people pay for it. Commercial banks to consumer business. Banks distribute cash to consumers. When you want to withdraw money, you can profit them, make off cash in your hand. Commercial to banks reserve. Banks can deposit excess cash at the Fed, high-speed sorting machines, cuts bills, detecting notes in good condition, unfit notes, and counterfeit currency. And finally, damage and counterfeit bills. Each year shreds 110 million bills in the bank. It takes about 3,000 suspect counterfeits. They're sent to the Secret Service for investigation. Here's a better look at this cart of money. Supply. What does the paper for U.S. currency come from? Paper used for U.S. Crane. Can you use bills that have an old design? Yes, as long as they're printed by the. Are credit cards money? No. Yep. Buying items with a credit card. It's a way of storing money. Does the Fed print money? No. Yep. BEP does that. And the coins are produced at the mint. How does BEP determine how much money to print? Use orders. Sprints print orders for new notes by denomination. And actually, fun fact, you can actually go to BEP's website. You can actually look up how much they've produced, but they're a little bit behind right now. The largest Federal Reserve note ever issued, $10,000 bill. They actually have $100,000 bills that were used for banks like this, but they are all gone. Or at least most of them are. How much does it cost to make one Federal Reserve note? I think like roughly 3 cents. 20 cents on the note, actually. What? It's turning automatically. That's interesting. What is U.S. currency made of? 25% linen, 75% cotton. Yup. And one last look out. It's a pretty fun place. And here is where we entered. We entered over by there. Of course, 2019 Shield Penny, Philadelphia Mint. Yep. Yeah, they all come from District 8 and District 7. Wow, you even have some people from Russia. Look, wow, right here, look. If someone actually came from there, that is one of the hardest places to reach in the world. That is crazy. Looks like that's the teller station. Probably where you would go and get your silver when you used to do it. And yeah, we're walking out. It's a really fun trip. It's a really big place.